One of the things I enjoy is the beginning of a new month because this is a time when I feel like I can start things afresh, um, can start things over again, perhaps even start a new project. Um, and now that it's a new month and even the beginning of a new week, the start of a new day, um, I have a two series in mind that I think this is the perfect time to start. First of all, this is Stoic Week, which, if you Google Stoic Week, you'll find is a group of people who are getting together to learn and think about what it is to, in effect, live stoically. Now, um, many people, when they think of Stoicism, think of cows standing in the rain. Uh, that's not exactly an accurate picture of what a Stoic is. Um, we actually have a derivative of Stoicism nowadays in what is called cognitive behavioral therapy, which is basically a counseling technique that's used to help people through difficult times. Um, but even having said that, this is Stoic Week, where a group of us will be thinking together, reading together about what it is to live like a Stoic for a week. We have some very focused writings we'll be looking at and opportunities, well, actually three times a day, to reflect on things that we are reading, reflect on ourselves. And of course, the idea is to be a better person. So that's what's involved really in Stoic Week. Also, the second project I have goes really hand in hand with this, and that's regarding a new blog series that I'm writing, reading what is known as the handbook. Um, if you look at my first blog post for this week, even for this month, you'll find the first entry to the handbook, which basically explains how it's a short work, little golden nuggets of wisdom that basically help to reset the mind, refresh the mind, just get a grip on things, who we are, what reality is in the world, and such. So, having said all that in terms of introduction, I'd like to read to you the first entry of what Stoic Week will be focusing on primarily as its theme. And then I would like to read the first entry that we're going to be thinking about today. I'm not going to be spending every day making a video, but I felt like this was a good opportunity to kick off both Stoic Week for me and the blog series for anyone who stops by to read. So, to introduce Stoic Week, the topic is living happily. So, this week we'll be thinking about happiness, living happily. And here's something for us to think about because it sets it up very nicely. This writing comes from Seneca, who was a Roman senator. And here's what he wrote in a letter to a friend. He wrote, first of all, asking the question, what is a happy life? It is peacefulness and lasting tranquility, the sources of which are a great spirit and a steady determination to hold fast to good decisions. How does one arrive at these things? By recognizing the truth in all its completeness, by maintaining order, moderation, and appropriateness in one's actions, by having a will which is always well intentioned and generous, focused on reason and never deviating from it, as lovable as it is admirable. Now, immediately you may begin to think, well, gee, that kind of sounds like Spock. Well, yes, actually, Mr. Spock from Star Trek was modeled initially, was supposed to be more stoic, but he went to the extreme end of becoming more logical. But said all that to say, no, this is not about losing your emotion. It is about um, understanding which is appropriate in so many words. So that is about happiness. So today, I'd like to close this video introduction with the text for this morning's reflection for me. And again, the theme is happiness. And this is how we get started. And this is from Cicero, another Roman writer. This is what he wrote. He says, "The wise person does nothing that he could regret, nothing against his will, but does everything honorably, consistently, seriously, and rightly. He anticipates nothing as if it is bound to happen, but is shocked by nothing when it does happen, and refers everything to his own judgment, and stands by his own decisions. I can conceive of nothing which is happier than this." So again, the wise person does nothing that he could regret, nothing against his will, but does everything honorably, consistently, seriously, and rightly. And there's where happiness is, because happiness to the Stoic is more than a feeling. It's more than a feeling. It is a way of life. It is an approach of life that, in effect, no matter what happens, nothing's going to affect what one has decided to feel, to be, to do already. So anyway, in terms of video introduction, that should get us started into the month of October. Something new, something fresh. I hope that you will be challenged to possibly even pursue yourself some more into Stoic writings. All right. Until next time, whenever that is, take care.